Welcome back to this video. So in our last video, we asked ChatGPT for this message here that is saying write a code for Node.js to start a server. So in today's video, I want us to look at this code here. This code, let me open this code here. I think it's this one here. So in here we can see we have not really, I think it is this one. Yes. So in here you can see we have this code down here, this one here, and this is the code that we can use to see other models that we can use. Right now we are using this model that is called text and hyphen DaVinci hyphen 003. This is what we are using, but there are a variety of models that you can use. So that's what we want to see, other models that we can use, because I think every model has its own capacity, strong capacities, and also weaknesses. So let's see at our engines, other engines that you can use, and you can configure here, or you can replace with this text DaVinci and then 003 in order for you to test out of them and then see what suits on your needs. So remember, if you haven't liked this video, kindly like this video, and also if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, subscribe so that you can support my channel. So let's get into the video. So right now I want to list other models that we can use in place of or as an alternative to this that we are using here, the text hyphen DaVinci hyphen 003. So what I will do now, I will create another root, and this one will be get root. So I'll just come here and I'll say app.get and create a root. So in here I want to call my root models, and then I will have the request and response here, request and then response. And again, now we can create here, inside here now we can start creating our functionality. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this code here and then copy it and then paste it inside here. So here you can see we have error, we have this error here, and because we haven't added here async, because this will be asynchronous operation. So right here you can see we have this, and what I want to do is that I want to first of all console log. Let me console log our response. So our response here, we need to console log it. And now if we go back to our postman, let me first of all save this and then go back to our postman. And in here, rather than now our post request, we need to get into get request here. And as you can see here, because it is models root, so we just add here models just like that, and it's a get request. So let's do the request. So click here to send the request, and let's see here if we get now the response. And you can see we have the response here, and you can see the response includes something that is called a data, an object that is called the data, and then we have a data inside it also. So what I will do then, I will just cancel this request, and then let's go back into our code. And again, now here I will now need to see the data. So I'll just say data, and you can see we have this data here. And then let's save this and then do another request. So let us do another request. Let me show you the terminal again. So because we are using NodeMon, you can see that our server is running itself when we change the code. So let's send this request again. So when we send the request again, let's see here in the terminal what it will print for us. So it is taking time, and I think this is because OpenAI APIs are busy nowadays. So I want us to see like the engines that we can use, because we need to get those engines in order for us to have a power that we can just move from one model to the other. and look at how strong they are. But that you do on yourself. Okay, so now here you can see we have printed this, and right here you can see we have another object here, and this object also consists an object. This object is called list, and also we have data inside here. So I want this because right here you can see we have engines, and these engines you can see them here. Like this one is called object, and it is an object engine. Then ID, I think, is the name of that model. This model is called Babbage, and then you can see the owner is OpenAI, and then you can see the owner is OpenAI permission. They are not created. They have not included. So the other thing that we can do now is to access the data here. But rather than that, let me delete everything, and now what I'll do, I'll send the request to our postman. So I'll just say response, and then inside here now we can do response, and then data. That was data here. This one now I think that would be okay. So let me first of all save that, and this has open our open postman here, and then let me drag this up here. So let's make this request. So right now let's make the request, and then we'll see the results here, because we are sending the request to the postman. So in here we can see the code. Now let's see if our server is running. Yes, it's running. So it's taking a lot of time, and this is because, as I talked earlier about how the OpenAI APIs are busy nowadays, and that's why the same thing that you find with ChatGPT, because you find that ChatGPT sometimes is heavily loaded with requests that you can't access it, so that you need to just wait until it is it is free. So let's see what will happen here. So I can just pause the video so that it doesn't take a lot of time, so that we can see the results. So after waiting for some time, now we have these results here, and I want to drag this up here because I want you guys to see, and I will zoom out so that you can see clearly. So let me drag this here. Let me drag it this way in our left. Let me drag this up here. So you can see here we have now the models that we can use now. You can replace the model, like right here we can use now the Babbage. Instead of this that is called text and hyphen DaVinci hyphen 003, we can use this one like a Babbage. We can replace with the Babbage, and also you can just come here and look for other ones. Like here you can see another one is called Babbage and hyphen code hyphen search hyphen code. This is another model that you can use. And right here you can see they are calling the name by ID, or they are calling the name of this model IDs. And let me scroll down and see if we can get the one that we are using. So you see this one is almost similar to the one that we are using. You can see this is text hyphen DaVinci hyphen 001, and in here you can see this one here is text hyphen DaVinci hyphen 003. So I want to get this one that we are using. So if you scroll down here, I'm hoping that we'll get the model that we are using. So let me scroll down here. Bear with me here. So let me see if we get that one. So it should be here, and actually we have gotten it. It is this text hyphen DaVinci hyphen 003. So this is how you can get other models that you can use, and I want you guys to start testing them and working with them. So because I feel like each and every model has its own strong capability and also weaknesses. For example, the text hyphen DaVinci hyphen 003, I feel like that model is weak in terms of if you are asking it to give you the code, but there's a way now you can just look for others and test them and find their capability. And if you get the one that you maybe that suits your what you need to do, now you can start using that model. So you can play with them, replace them, because I won't do in this video because it will be really, really long. So now we need now to start working on our front end, and we will be using Angular so that we can start now looking at the completion of the project and how it will work just as ChatGPT. So let me see you in the front end part now.